Story on Action News tonight, deadly gunfire in the halls of Thomas Jefferson University Hospital. It was shortly after midnight when a gunman opened fire on the 9th floor of the hospital and mortally wounded a nursing assistant. As it turns out, police say the shooter was a nursing assistant as well. An hour later, the suspect exchanged gunfire with police in the Parkside section of the city. 2 officers and the alleged gunman were hit, none with life-threatening injuries. Action News reporter Annie McCormick is live at police headquarters. Jacqueline Lee is at Jefferson Hospital. Annie, let's start with you. What's the latest information on this?
Well, Jim, at this hour, the suspect has not been charged yet. At last check with the district attorney's office, they said that they're still waiting for him to be processed by Philadelphia police. That suspect also still remains in the hospital where he is recovering from his injuries. Now, police do believe that the suspect and victim did know each other, but they're still searching for a motive. Family members of the suspect telling police he was suffering from mental health issues. Just after midnight, police responded to an active shooter inside Jefferson University Hospital.
Inside Jefferson Hospital. We're gonna have an active shooter.
Authorities arrived to discover 43-year-old employee Anrae James shot dead on the 9th floor. The shooter, also an employee, identified by law enforcement sources as 55-year-old Stacey Hayes, took off in a U-Haul. Over an hour later, another call into 911 came from across town in the Parkside section from an alert driver.
There was a male in scrubs with a weapon or a long gun who was potentially firing rounds in the air.
It was here behind the School of the Future that Hayes traded gunfire with officers. 2 officers were hit, and so was the gunman.
That male, who was the shooter, fired at the officers, and 4 of the officers returned fire. The offender, struck by the officers, was struck in the upper body and in the neck. We learned that he was wearing body armor and was carrying multiple weapons.
The crime scene unit spent hours processing the scene in Parkside using more than 100 evidence markers. There they processed the suspect's AR-15 and body armor. The district attorney's office also on the scene.
I am working closely with the officer-involved shooting investigation unit.
And police this morning keeping a presence at this Overbrook Park home, referring to it as a crime scene. It is believed to be connected to the investigation. Now, Jim, as for those injured officers, the one officer that was struck by gunfire in the nose has been released from the hospital. The other officer, who was struck by gunfire in his elbow, is expected to have surgery sometime today. For now, reporting live outside of police headquarters, Annie McCormick, Channel 6 Action News. Jim.